to SRL. Season 8 is over.
Hello and welcome today to Tier 3. We're here in Monza and today it's only me driving. I'm not driving. It's only me commentating, yes. So I see Antoine's already called me out for being late, thank you very much. But yeah, so it's solo comms today. We're here in rainy Italy. I think that's... we had rain in Hungary, I believe? No, wait, that was Tier 2. Anyways, we've had rain the past few races now, I believe. There's been a lot of rain. I think there was some last time around in Spa. No idea who that is. Okay, he's left the session again. We're good. Just quickly open up my Discord chat to see if anything's going on there. Alright. Rain in Italy again. Yes. Italians do seem to like rain recently. We had a rain during F1. Which was the week before last week, I believe. And then we had rain, I've got the glitch on Alexander. Let's see if I can swap to someone else. Let's see, Flesh River. Dominon has managed to join, so it's great to have him. He had a little bit of trouble. He had some sort of pre-events going on that took a little bit longer, so he wasn't able to join during the lobby, but he's able to join now, so it's great to see him on the grid. And I do believe we have Tibor, who's also joined, so that's perfect. Let's see, and we have 90 drivers today, and yeah, so... Okay, we have to sort this issue out. Let me just quickly drag this out of the screen. I guess I can't. Okay, so he has to just take whatever is remaining. And yes, Anton also, after that, we had the Imola, we had ACC after Imola, it was 8 hours of Monza, and there was rain there as well, for you guys, but not for my split, since we're in the lesser split, I guess. I'm just quickly, my game tabs out every time sorry, I need to quickly sort some things out. Usually, we have the other person to stream, I do all the stuff around, but hey, we're doing solo stream today, so I'm trying my best here. But anyways, Flesh River definitely looking very sideways on his outlap, and currently we have Danny sitting in P1 with a 129.1. I do believe that's going to get better, as these rain conditions can only get better, I think. Well, they could get worse as well, to be honest. And there's a yellow flag, I believe. Is that Kebab around? No, it seems to be Alexander. Yeah, so Alexander seems to have a bit of an issue there. So yeah, as I was saying, the track's going to get better. Ace Boy sets a 28.5, so that's 6 cents faster than what Danny said. We've seen Ace Boy is very quick in the red already. He came out last race in P3, I believe it was, where Blindevinkje and Dominon and Ace Boy, they had a great battle until a safety car where Blindevinkje just pulled off into the distance. Yeah, Ace Boy definitely showing he's got pace, currently leading the championship as well by quite some margin actually. I don't really know, but I think it's around 30 points or something. He did say if he gets a good result today, he'll join interviews and be Italian for the day. And to that I say I'll just speak French to him because he's Belgian. So we might have a multilingual interview at the end. Anyways, let's see. So currently we have, yeah, it looks like Ace Boy is doing multiple laps as most of the drivers want to do. Try and get a feel for the track. Also the track will be increasing, so you fuel up for 3-4 laps and you just go out. If you're joining here from ACC, you will think that's very normal because that's what we do in ACC. We fuel up for 3 or 4 laps and we just do hot lap after hot lap. But in F1 it's very normal. You fuel up for an out lap, a hot lap and an in lap. So it's a bit of a different qualifying technique. But yeah, that's they're doing more the ACC technique this time around, or should I say GT3 racing technique. Because going out for a single lap in GT3s is suboptimal because the fuel doesn't mean that much, and as well it takes about a lap and a bit to heat up your tires. So your first lap will always be a bit slower because your tires not up to optimum temperature yet. That was a bit of a mouthful. Alright, anyways, let's see. So Ace Boy on his second lap doesn't improve, but you know who does improve? Owen. So Owen out here. With a 29.1 was a good improvement from I think it was a 29.3 he had. It's not the original P2, as both the AlphaTauris here, Alfa Romeos here, they are P1, P2. We've seen this before, and we've also seen them finish a race like this. And let's see what Dominon can do. He came out. Let's see. There he goes. So Dominon. There was a bit of an issue. It turns out one of the reserve drivers took the wrong seat, so they've done a quick seat swap. But Dominon is an AlphaTauri driver. He's just going to have to represent Racing Point today. So is this, but it happens sometimes. It's a bit too late now to change it. So that's just how we're going to roll with it today. It's not going to change his performance as all these cores are equal. But maybe the pink on the front will make it easier to see the front end compared to the AlphaTauri. I don't know. But here we are, he's driving in the Racing Point. He should be an AlphaTauri though, and as I'm saying that, he sets a purple sector 1. So, we might actually see Dominon up here. Oh, as he goes a little bit wide there on the grass, and that's definitely going to cost him some time. Let's see if we can go on this onboard. Oh, he's sideways again. Really struggling here, Dominon, getting used to these conditions. Obviously, he's just come off an event, I believe it was in Vietnam F1 for some other league or something like that. So, he's definitely have to jump from one race to another. So definitely a tough ask. But it says he's gone purple again. I don't know if I can trust that because he was very sideways for quite a lot of the track, and he's sideways again and he catches it. So great catch there from Dominon. It's been a very slidey lap. It doesn't look quite fast. It probably isn't optimal, but we'll have to see what he does for his first lap here. As he comes into Parabolica, brakes nice and hard down to 4th gear, slowly ease onto the throttle. He's going to short shit off the 5th. No, he doesn't. He extends the gears. Gets the throttle down, darts towards the line. What's he gonna get? He's gonna get a 29.2. So there's definitely time to improve there because we saw he made quite a few mistakes here. So oh, is that is someone off in turn 1? That's an AlphaTauri, and I can believe it's Tibor. Yeah, it's Tibor. So that is the guy who took Dominon's car, trying to stay out of the way of Dominon. Actually, sort of blocks him a little bit. No, okay, I think that was okay. He got a little bit of slipstream there maybe, but yeah, he gets out the way of the drivers behind. I don't know why it says Owen is the fastest lap when it's clearly Ace Boy. But oh well, so is the F1 game, and Codemasters, we know, cannot be perfect every time. Codemasters are humans too, I guess. let's release another unfinished game. But that's, oh, I need to turn that off. I am very sorry to everyone who whose eardrums I just blasted off. So very sorry about that. Okay, we should be fine now. Anton saying, guy is Belgium, let him get what he can out of life. Yeah, I mean, me and Anton, we joke about Belgium every now and then, but oh, as he goes a bit sideways at the exit of Ascari there, Dominon probably won't be his best lap here, but Ocean Chief actually here. Let's have a look at Ocean. Actually, wait, no. Let's go to Ocean Chief after Dominon finishes that. But he's done 4 laps on these intermediates, and he's managed to put up to P4, so that's a good stuff from him, but still, nobody able to catch Acebo here, and I think, yeah, Dominon goes into the pits. So actually, let's have a look at Kurz real quick. Or, no, Fropsy goes in the pits. Kurz, here he is. Pressed the wrong button. So he is a Racing Point driver, so not Dominon's teammate, but for this race I guess he is. Just need to keep that in the back of our mind. Also, I guess while these guys are doing some laps, let me quickly do a shout out to SLR as a server as a whole. I don't know how many people are watching right now. It's tier 3 and it's solo comms, so I also, ooh, that reminds me, I need to post a video in the broadcasting chat. So I need to quickly do that first. I might get a few more reviewers in here. Let's see. Here we go, it's posted in the broadcasting chat. And there it is. Boom. Alright. So, hopefully few more videos come in, because tier 3 is definitely, I think, the most entertaining F1 league on Tour SRL. I'm not biased because I've just driven it before, but that's just what it is. And I just realized Danny has gone fastest so far with the 28.3, and Kurz has done the 28.9, so good laps from both of them. Jumping both Owen and Aceboy does Danny, and Kurz jumps Owen and Ocean Chief, so good stuff from him. Looking promising, as ooh, gets a little bit sideways there. Let's have a look at Snellehenki. Let's go with Snellehenki. Oh, there you go, Snellehenki. Anyways, hello Sonny, how are you? Solo comms today, but anyways, I was gonna say, today 2SRL has managed to launch their AC server. So we have a normal Assetto Corsa server up and running, and we have it set to currently being for, I believe it's Shutoku. Let me just quickly see if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, Shutoku Revival Project. So if you guys don't know, that's a map. Sonny, don't worry about that. Feel free to join if you want to join in the comms. If you're coughing, that's okay as well. I'm okay doing solo comms. That's fine by me. But anyways, yeah. So AC Assetto Corsa 2SRL, we have a server up and running. It's called Official 2SRL Open Lobby. You can find it in Content Manager very easy. You need to download a few mods though. You need to have Sol installed, or Sol. And you need to have Custom Shaders patch installed. All of this is in Content Manager. So basically you need Content Manager to join. And then you need to have the Shutoko track and the car pack. Once you have these 4 things installed, you should be able to join the server, and it's basically a huge highway network in Japan, and the cars are amazing, and there's 50 slots of drivers, and it's gonna be really good fun to drive in this open lobby server. I'm gonna head on and drive after tier 3, and I'm sure more people will join me, and the cars there are great. But yeah, you should definitely, if you look in the Assetto Corsa chat, you will definitely be able to see sort of a bit of chat with what's happening. And as I'll actually look in the chat, it says I just see like live seeing his $1 folder. But anyways, I'm gonna quickly actually post the Discord link to the Shutoko track in Assetto Corsa if you're interested. Let me quickly find it though, because there's been quite a lot of chat happening. Let's see. There it is. I found it. Okay. So yeah, I'm posting this in the AC chat, Assetto Corsa chat. Join this server to have all access. Procedure and all files. There you go. So yeah, quick shout out to the AC server we got up and running. It's something me and a few of the other guys here at at 2SRL have worked on, and I see that Tibor has retired, and I think Tibor actually has retired due to a crash. Don't know if I can go on board with him. No, I can't. But there's a Mercedes rounding the next few corners. Yeah, so we can go on board with Julius here, and we can see what's happened to Tibor in the meantime. So as he rounds Lesmo 1, he's going a bit, catches the car in the end, dips the car in, and yeah, it looks like Tibor has just gone oversteer and exit and crashed into the barrier, so that's very unfortunate. He is out of the running for this qualifying. He didn't even manage to get a lap in. So F's in chat. And Dominon, as I was doing all that AC stuff, Dominon has managed to put on provisional pole. Oh no, as I was saying, that Ace Boy puts on provisional pole with a 27.8, so the track getting faster, the driver is getting more confident. I need to pay more attention now, because this could be a very hot fight at the end here. I just need to quickly open up the chat again, and here we are. Okay. Whew! Right, so Danny on a lap here. Ace Boy is slowing down now, so he's probably not going to get another lap in unless he's completes this lap. Anyways, Danny here, what can he do? He has to gain about 6/10. No, that's not right. That's not the right. Ooh, he gets a bit sideways. He has to gain about 5/10 to get a provisional pole. But he's definitely pushing quite hard here. Danny, let's see what he does. Does. Yes. As he gets a good exit there out of Lesmo 2, full throttle down to Ascari. I want to look at his sector time, see if it's improved or not, and he has improved by 4/10. Oh, if he manages to get Ascari right, this could be potentially be pole position for Danny here, as he goes through Ascari, a little bit sliding an exit, but it's not the worst. I think he might have lost a little bit of momentum, but I don't know how his previous lap was. Let's see, as it comes into Parabolica now, brakes at the 50-meter board, basically lets the car roll in. Early on throttle, is still easy on the throttle though, not to get oversteer. Full throttle now, full speed towards the start finish line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 27.9, so he just manages to lose out to Ace Boy, and that's a provisional P2. And behind him we have Kurz, who's also been pretty rapid. He's got basically a full second to gain. But behind Kurz, I believe, is Owen? Or Kebab, wait. No, not Kebab. Alexander? Yeah, Alexander's behind. So he's going to get a bit of a... Okay, not anymore. He was going to get a bit of a slipstream, but it's okay. So yeah, let's see who else is on track now that could possibly... Potentially... Let's have a look at Ocean Chief, actually. Oh, Ocean Chief is improved by 4/10, and that puts him in P4 with a 28.6. Which is still quite a while off the top 3, but it's enough to be P4. And let's see what Owen can do then. Let's actually, where's Kurz on track? Kurz is about to come into Parabolica. Let's see what he can do first. So he's 2/10 up on his PB, which would put him ahead of Owen, maybe ahead of Ocean Chief as well, depending how he nails his final corner here in Parabolica. As he gets, short shift, that's going to give him a bit of understeer. That might not have helped him. Let's see what he's able to do. Comes across the line, and it is P4, so he does manage to pip Ocean Chief at the end. So maybe that was quicker. Didn't look quicker, in my opinion, but maybe it was. So Kerr is currently P4, which let's bring us on to Owen, who is actually a 10th down, or actually a 10th down. Never mind. He's 3/10 up on his up or down. I get confused. He's definitely 3/10 faster than his quali lap. Current PB. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him though, so that might hamper him a little bit, but they might also be giving him a bit of slipstream, so this could definitely work out in his favor, as Dominon has crossed the line in P3, so he's not going to improve for that. See Owen coming around Parabolica now with full speed towards the line. What's it going to be? As he improves, and he gets ahead of Kurz, and that's P4 for Owen. Great lap from him there in the end. Ace Boy and Danny, are they still doing laps? Danny seems to be on one. He's 3/10 slower though, so that's not going to be improvement. Ace Boy is improving though, and Danny has invalidated well, so Danny definitely not getting that P1. That basically, unless Kerr is here, let's see what Kurz can do. Unless Kurz pulls some miraculous thing out of a hat, I don't believe he is able to contest for that P1 spot, but we never know. As he comes across around Parabolica now. Gets the power down pretty well here. Dashes towards the line. What's it gonna be? And he does improve, so that puts him up to P4. Owen down to P5. So Owen just misses out on the second grid spot there in the end, but that basically confirms that Ace Boy gets pole position here. And I believe that is the grid. That is indeed the grid for the race coming ahead of us here in Monza. So that was quite an exciting qualifying there at the end. Why is Kimi alone? Kimi is alone. That is just how it is. I can do solo commentating. It's fine. It's how it is. But yes, I am alone. It's not the worst. I think I'll do some open lobby AC Assetto Corsa stuff after this, as we just launched our server today. I'm gonna shout it out throughout the stream just to try and build some hype. As we said, Jonas here, Johannes, of course, says Tipsy should join Kimi, but I guess he can't spectate the server, so I don't know how efficient that is. But yeah, exactly, he can't get in the game to spectate. Thank you, Codemasters. That would have been nice if we were allowed to do that. But anyways, so we have Ace Boy in pole position, followed by Danny. Very solid performance from him. Only just under a tenth behind Ace Boy. Followed closely by Donan and Kurz. And then Owen. And then these are the top 5. I think they're all relatively close to each other. Then a bit behind them is Ocean Chief Girler, Alexander Peanuts, fun name, and Fropsy to round out the top 10. And then we have Kebab, Sonhanki, Luca Boy, Shakalaka, Flesh River, Schofield, Santilla, Tile, Julius, and Tibor outside the top 10 here. So let's see if the race is going to be dry. I do think it's going to be dry start, I believe, but I'm not sure if it's going to rain during. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to the tier 3 chat. We want to build some speculation and all that. And vive le frites et la bière d'Abaye. Okay. Antoine rooting for the Belgian driver Ace Boy here. As we all know, French fries, or chips as the British like to call them, are made, well, invented or in Belgium, I believe. So yeah, little fun fact for people who didn't know that, even though I think it's a pretty widely known fact. But anyways, Antoine says he's going to be joining on AC later, so if you want to race with Antoine, join us on AC. There's definitely, if you go into the Assetto Corsa chat, there's a link to Discord that'll tell you all the install procedures. Vive la Français Ace. He will love that message. Yes, he will. As we all know, Belgians and French people have a very strong connection and love for each other. Well, the same goes for the whole Benelux region as well. As I grew up in Luxembourg, now living in Netherlands, Belgium being the middle country, we all have very happy relations, I guess you can say. They're definitely sort of like love your neighbor but not really sort of thing. As Luca Boy already disqualified from the opening session, that is a bit unfortunate from him. Probably had contact with someone. I don't see why he would be disqualified, but anyways, people saying give Kimi a co-com. I'm okay doing solo, but if you really don't want to listen to my voice, just tell me, I can stop, it's fine. No, don't worry. It's fine. Like, I don't need a, well, co-commentator is always nice, but it's also interesting and fun to try and solo commentate. I left my boy Sanix after doing the 24 hours of Nordschleife this weekend in tier 2, so I was completely shattered after that race. And Sanix, I left him alone for solo comms in tier 2, so there's that, I guess. So now I guess it's sort of payback, as Tipsy has joined. Is he able to join as a spectator? I'm not sure, but there's 20 cars on the grid, so maybe that allows him to be a spectator or something like that. I don't know, but anyways, that reminds me, I need to open the spectator menu. I've been so focused on let's see, we want gap, we want interval, detail, we want tires. Yes, tires. So Ace Boy has gone for medium, Danny for medium, Kurz on soft, Owen and Ocean Chief both for mediums. There's a very varied strategy here, but because we had qualifying on the wet tires, it seems to be definitely like half the field gone for mediums, half gone for softs. But crucially, only person in top 5 without mediums is Kurz, and he did this last time and it seemed to work out quite well for him. So what can he do this time around in Monza, starting from P3? Be very interesting to see, for sure. Oh, as I just realized, Dominon's starting P20 because he joined during the qualifiers. Oh, he's gonna have a lot of work to do to try and get up to the top of the field. But yeah, anyways, here we are. Cars lining up in the grid. I'm just gonna... Very peaceful, to be honest, that is. Oh, there's the camera angle I'm looking for. We have 5 red lights and we are out, but the game is not yet let the cars go. And we are off. And, okay, cool. So I don't usually do these starts anyways. So Aceport gets a good start, Kurz a great start as well. Danny has to defend up the inside. Kurz gets ahead of Danny before turn 1, and in the background there, Gerla goes off. And there's a Renault spun around, that is Peanuts around. A lot of corners there. Gerla goes off, Fropsy up to P5. Alexander gets passed up to P6. Good start from him. Ocean Chief down to P8, so he's had a bit of an unlucky start. Maybe some avoiding Gerla sort of thing going on there, but I'm not sure. Dominon already up to P14 here, as there's already a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Don't know what happened there. Luca Boy going off the track. It's really hard to follow what's going on here. But yeah, Dominon up to P13 already. Is he gonna make a move up the inside into Lesmo 2? And he definitely looking at a little bit of bonking around, but he seems to get the move done. Dominon up to P12. That's really close stuff already. Let's have a look at this battle up here with Kebab and Sunahenki. Is anything gonna happen here with Santia? Maybe up the inside in Ascari? No, he backs out of it. So smart for driving by him. Fropsy on the other hand, I see is trying to make a move on Danny. Danny had a horrible start. I don't think he got his tires heated up properly. So Fropsy up to P4 already. Danny dropped down to P5 after starting P2. That's very unfortunate for him. But Owen up to P3. Let's see, is he going to be able to fight back? Let's go on board with Danny. Make a move around the outside of Fropsy here. I think they're going to be able to... Let's have a look here. So I think Danny's going to be... No, Fropsy up the inside. Breaks a little later, so Danny has to stay behind him for now. I thought Danny would have gotten the move done there. And yeah, okay, so this field seems to start spreading a little bit. So the top 7 close behind each other. There's a move here between Dominon and Shakalaka. So Shakalaka back up to P12. So Dominon loses position there. But yeah, there's a bit of a gap from P7 down to P8 with Ocean Chief P8. But then behind them, everyone's very close by each other. And I think there's a bit of a few moves going on here between Tibor and Julius. I see Julius going off track there. Maybe Luca Boy around the outside of Lesmo 1. Yeah, he gets the move done. So Julius dropping 2 positions there. Very unfortunate. What is this 24/7B stuff? I believe it's another league, but they very much enjoy racing here too as well. So we welcome everyone, I guess. Tipsy says he has arrived.
Yes,
hello.
I'm sitting here waiting until you're gonna welcome me, Kimmy. What?
I have streamer mode enabled, so I don't actually hear when you join.
That's alright. Well, keep talking, man, because I just need to get my headset so you don't hear an echo back. But I'll join you. All right.
Alright, nice. Cool. But while that was happening, Ace Boys dropped down to P3, so Kerr's up to P1 with those soft tires, and they're going 3 wide there. Is that Fropsy off the track, trying to make a move, and a little bit of touching between the Alfa Romeo. Have hard fighting battle going on there as Ace Boy gets a poor exit. Owen gets a great exit, and here we have Alexander with Fropsy around the outside. Maybe Danny's going to make something of this as well. Let's see. Okay, so Alexander defending from Fropsy. What is this camera angle? I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, here we go. So yeah, Fropsy on the outside, Alexander, and Danny's gonna make a double overtake on both of them. So Danny up to P4. Both of them. Oh, it's actually Alexander on the outside here still. Oh, he goes a bit around, a bit of touching, and that allows Gerla to go through. Fropsy also goes a bit off track, so Gerla manages to make 2 positions as well. It's all popping off here in Monza. This is crazy stuff. Danny with an overtake on 2 drivers, very nicely done. And then Alexander tries to go around the outside, but doesn't make the move stick. So he drops down to P7 now. But all this fighting here is going to allow Ocean Chief and them lot to try and catch up. And let's see Dominon here behind the McLaren of Santia. Is he going to be able to make a move into Parabolica? He goes to the outside. Let's see, he might have the slipstream of Kebab ahead, but it seems like Santia is staying ahead for now. But around the outside, Dominon, is he going to try and make the move stick, get a better exit? I think DRS is enabled already, so yeah, DRS you see is trying to load up there, so Santia with DRS as well, but Dominon very close to Baez. Sorry, there's a battle here between Danny and Gerla, so Danny stays ahead for now, and while it's happening, Dominon into the braking zone, brakes later than Santia, gets the move done, and up to P11 he goes. It's great racing here from all of them, really. It's quite hard to follow.
Yeah, 3 wide here with who's at the 24s to 24/7 guys. All went 3 wide there at turn 1.
Oh wow. Well, I didn't catch that one, but it seems like they've all survived.
But Peanuts is going for him again. P16 here. Is he going to try and go up the inside of Tibor? No. Oh, but he puts Tibor offline. Tibor cuts the corner. Does he get a penalty? He doesn't. So he still manages to stay in front.
Well,
I'm just going to try and get back into the hang of it because I don't commentate that often.
No, that's fair enough. As we see Kebab here getting past Ocean Chief. Ocean Chief falling behind a little bit. But Fropsy also falling behind. He's down to P8 now. And yeah, it's very exciting stuff so far in this race. It's been pretty much non-stop action since the lights have gone out.
Yeah, I'm just still running on board with these 24/7 guys. They're really going at it. These two Peanuts try to go up the inside again of Tibor on that the final, the funky bit there, that wee chicane. But behind him, he's got Luca Boy. They're Luca Boy with DRS within the DRS zone off Peanuts. So we're gonna see a wee bit of action here. He's got a good bit of battery left as well. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be able to close up too much on him. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you were saying that Dominon and I think Ocean Chief are going side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. Ocean Chief stays ahead for now. Dominon has to back out of it in the end there, but there's fights all over the track. I can't keep up with everything. We need more camera angles.
Yeah, I got picking up a couple of fights here, but as you say, this one with Dominon and Chief. Dominon, of course, has those soft tires. Oh, that's going to be a bit risky trying to go up the inside there, and Chief, he's going to, a little bit of tap there on the rear end, so he's going to basically want to wait to get it done here. But patience is the name of the game a lot of the time in Formula 1. You see too many guys trying to go up the inside of corners. Here comes Dominon, DRS, handy as anything, straight past Chief. Now, hopefully, if Chief does have a good bit of battery left, if he can try and squeeze up behind Dominon here as he's approaching this next DRS zone, it'll help him out tremendously. But as you say, Kimi, fights all over the place.
Yeah, and it seems like Ocean Chief has already dropped out of the Dominon. Owen, I think Owen is around. Let me try and catch that. Yeah, I can't catch it. Sorry. Alright, there it is. Owen is spun, so he was in P2, and he's managed to either had contact or a spin on the curve of Parabolica. That's very unfortunate. He's down to P11 now, and he's got everything to do all over again that he just managed to do in the first opening in that few laps. Whew.
As you said, man, it is hard to follow this all. I mean, this battle here, where is it just in front of Owen? So where is Owen? Owen's from P10, from Chief down to P13 Shaq. You know, they're all within DRS zone. Well, maybe not Chief. Yeah, they're all within DRS zone. So a battle. Who's this? Gurla? I can see Gurla is closing down on Danny there. That the Delta is closing down nicely. So we're going to see a wee move here for P3, it seems, for Gurla on this DRS zone. It should be reasonably straightforward to with him. Batteries are similar. Here he goes. Here goes Gurla. Oh, he's going up the inside, making sure he covers that past. I'm just going to give him a tighter line. Doesn't want to run out too wide on that curb. You see a lot of guys cutting across that final curb there. I've seen, I remember whenever I was in Tier 1 following Timo, and he seemed to cut across that. He gets away with it, but yeah, Danny's getting the run back on Gurla here, but that wasn't very a smart move by Danny, because he's just going to gift Gurla the DRS again. Yeah. Oh, but Danny gets wriggly! And now that's going to massively benefit Gurla, because not only does Danny get a bit wriggly, Gurla will get the DRS.
Yeah, Danny doesn't, crucially, so he might actually fall victim here to Snella Henke, who's behind him, who might be having a look down here up the inside of Danny, as Danny covers it off very late, and Snella Henke stays behind for now. So that was a late move there to cover off from Snella Henke, but definitely a train forming here, as Gurla and Danny fighting just allows the guys behind them to catch up.
Yeah, the power of the DRS in some tracks is mighty, but definitely Monza is one of them. And Danny is still squeezing up. Well, he's still on the back end of Gurla here, but I've been raced Gurla recently, and he's very solid when it comes to race pace. But just on that incident there with Gurla and Danny, you would often see me sometimes not fight someone if they're coming to DRS zone. I let them go because it makes sense. You're going to get the benefit of the DRS. So, or sometimes you'll see people accidentally make a mistake, accidentally on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
not that I would do that like Canada and Chief. Nothing like that at all.
No, never happened before, ever.
Not that time. I've seen it happen, but I've never done it.
Yeah, of course. Definitely not a well-known tactic that all the drivers would use. For
sure
no. But anyways, yeah, I think a DRS train is going to form soon, as Danny is close enough to Gerla, but I don't think they're close enough to make any moves. So another DRS train. Hanky might be able to do something into turn 1, as he is gaining actually quite a decent bit here. Actually, oh, I didn't expect that sort of overspeed. Hanky around the outside. Danny tries to slot behind him. Maybe he's going to make a move into T1, and who's going to break latest? And Danny a little bit up the inside. Doesn't quite get the move done, and Hanky actually makes a pass, but wait, it's not over yet, as Danny gets a greater exit out of turn 2, and he has to swap behind Hanky again. So maybe a move into the second chicane, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and Kebab is keeping up behind Danny here in this fight. Of course, Kebab on those softs. I'm not really sure how long these softs last. It's been a while since I've been on Monza. But I would imagine, yeah, Shaq gets 3 seconds. I would imagine they'd be dropping off soon, I would say. There's a lot of knowledgeable gentlemen in the chat. I'm sure they'll keep us informed. But yeah, Kebab also recently dropped his assists for the Nano tier, doing well. And Sony as well. I've seen them having a little chat, and they're loving not using them. So I would encourage more people to give it a try.
Yeah. I definitely, it's okay. So we have Sonny in chat saying pit window is 8 to 12 laps for soft tires, so they're beginning to feel a bit sluggish very soon. And also this no assist league, I was thinking of trying it, but I don't think I have the time to do it because I'm very much ACC focused. But it's definitely a very good concept that SLR is running, I believe.
Yeah, it's well, there's not too many battles on the track at the moment, man. That does free us up a little bit to chat about that. I've done the, well, Alex, hang on, let me just check. Yeah, Alexander's squeezing up on Danny here. Nothing done yet, though. Yeah, so I've done the SEC, as you might know, and Formula 1 as well. And me personally, man, I found it a little bit too much. As a driver side, it's just a little bit difficult to try and focus. Oh, who does that? P16, what's this happening further back? These 24/7 guys are going for the game. Yeah, let me see. Oh, who was that? Peanuts kind of left it a bit late in the brakes. Tibor, I don't know if you've got this on the camera, yeah, Kimi, but yeah, Tibor and these 24/7 guys have been really going at it. But who's this? Tibor really deploying the battery, trying to get it on Peanuts again. You see, it's stuff like this. Like, fair enough, they can race. Pushes them out wide, but they can race all. You know, fair play, they can race. But it would be much smarter to just hang on the back of them for this DRS.
Yeah, and this is just
battery. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as it crashes into the wall, because
there we go, and that might be a safety car. Perfectly demonstrated what I was just saying. Yeah. If he had held on for the DRS, he could have just slipped past. Is there a safety car?
There is indeed, and I think crucially, Alexander made a move ahead of Danny just before it was deployed. So Danny loses a position there, I think, to Alexander. And
yeah, man. So I'm glad we all seen that on camera. We all got that on stream because, as we said, fair play, go for those moves, yeah. But think, what happened here with Danny and Owen and Chief? Oh, Chief got a 5 seconds pit lane penalty, but I seen Owen got a severe collision penalty with someone. I'm not quite sure who that was. Maybe it was with Danny. Potentially, he might get removed depending on what happened, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, stuff like that. You're far better just playing it smarter. One of the things that I was saying while we're going through the safety cars period, one of the things I've often talked about with some of the lads with ice and stuff, considering that we've been racing quite a long time, not just Formula 1, but many other games in the past, you do learn an awful lot about a full race distance. And so I know for me, for example, I'm nowhere near as quick as I used to be, far from it. Like, I'm really slow now, but I still have that experience. And so I remember I was chatting to Ice about it a while back. We were having a wee chat discussion about, the whole idea of racing. And what I find is that because my pace has dropped tremendously, that I start adapting differently, that I actually play a much, much longer game. So I will not fight as much as I used to. I will maybe not defend as much or as hard as I used to. And I would focus more on looking after my tires, kind of like the Hamilton tactic, looking after the tires and getting those penalties to an absolute minimum. As we've seen recently in Tier 1, actually there was no stream sadly, but in Tier 1 in 2S, and we know how difficult those Tier 1s are in both the leagues. Getting P10 is hard, but I managed to get Snatch P8 because I had no penalties and the guys ahead of me did. So it's things like that. If people can, obviously it comes with experience, but yeah, if Tibor had played it a little bit longer, a little bit smarter, waited at least 2 more corners, he would have had that DRS and he could have just slipped past. But thus, act in haste, repent in leisure.
That is a great way to put it, actually, and I fully agree with this experience versus pace. As I'd say, ACC, I'm sort of midfield pace, but I quite often finish higher than what I qualify if I don't spin, but that's mainly because I can't control the car. But that's also because of stuff like, when to pit and when to go for moves, when to hold back, just sort of general knowledge like that. And I see it quite a lot with new guys. They retire quite early on because they just push from the get-go without really holding back and thinking of the long game.
It's exactly that. And I'm sure I've probably, anytime I have been on this or even on the Discord chats, I probably sound like a broken record whenever I do say that all the time, play the long game. You'd often get Chief even having on those wee automatic messages popping up on the SLR chat. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Of course, that it depends. Of course, depending on the situation. If you're on a track like where was it? I was racing recently there. I can't remember that last track where we were on. So I Spa, and me and I think Goran and a couple other guys were on the softs. Guys in front of us were on mediums. Well, then naturally you really have to go for it. Safety cars in this lap. You really have to go for it because you want to get that track position to make those softs work. And so in instances like that, yes, it makes sense to really go for every chance you can. But in a track like Monza, where DRS pretty much is king, just use the DRS.
Yeah.
But enough waffle, man. We're going to get back onto the action here. We've got the safety cars in this lap, and a lot of guys are well out of position.
Yeah, they are. I think there's been a big jumble around in the positions. There's Owens up to P5 or so all of a sudden. That's very good from him. But Kerr's massive lead already into T1 here. Had a great start. I think people were just sort of sleeping behind him as there was a Mercedes backmarking Julia's, I think, sort of causing a little bit of mayhem. And I think Owen now on Danny is going to get a move done. And yeah, he does. He gets the move done. So Owen up to P4 now. Danny has to slot down behind him. P5 as Fropsy picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Dominon up to P7 after the safety car period. So that's very good stuff for him. Also, crucially, all the soft runners are on medium tires. So they might have a lot more pace now than the people who were on medium tires earlier.
Yeah, and they went on for the hards. I don't know, man. As recently I've been on hards, I just hate using hard tires now. I'll even go a double stop if I have to stay on the softs or the softer compound. But while they're all following each other around here for this DRS section, has anyone figured out yet what that blue spanner means? Is that your pit window's closed? I would really like to know what that means.
What? Which blue?
If you watch Fropsy's camera, you'll see in his telemetry the wee blue spanner.
Oh, yes. I have no idea. Could it be something to do with ERS management or something? Because he seems to be... No, I don't know.
It's definitely something to do with the pits, but can't quite sure nail it yet. Anyway, we've got a few moves going on here. What's happening here? So Alexander gets past my Nana teammate, Tiled. Come on, Tiled. And still back in P15 to 16, the 24/7 boys are still at it. Hammer and tongs, as we used to say. Hammer and tongs.
Here we go. Yeah, so I think they're definitely enjoying their race today. They've already lost one of their boys, and Peanuts looking to have a good fight with the other one then, it seems. So yeah, they're really enjoying themselves here back in P15, P16. I mean, at that point, there's not much you can do apart from just trying to survive and hope for the best coming in the race.
Owen's on Gurla. Gurla ran a little bit wide there. So Owen making these hards work for him early on against Gurla. He just slips on past with that DRS. Now, Gurla will naturally use a little bit of this ERS battery to keep up on the back of Owen and get that lovely DRS and slip right past. Who's this? Tild? Where's Tild? Oh, Tild run a little bit wide on Snella Henke. I wonder did he lose a place there? One thing I've noticed, I'm not quite sure why, is Chief is still on 11 lap old mediums. Oh, Fropsy! Lost it at Parabolica! I think that's what you call that.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I think that's exactly what Owen did earlier on in the race, and Fropsy's into the pits now. That's definitely a shame for Fropsy because he was running in a pretty good position. I believe it was P6. But with Fropsy spinning at that dominant up to P6, starting P20. So he's been having a pretty good last two first challenge going on so far. If he's going to actually get first place, that's another question. But is actually Dominon goes quite wide there. He's thought he almost lost it. It's going to allow Alexander to catch up, but it's not enough to get him on the braking. So Dominon makes a little bit of a mistake there. But something we have to talk about. Kurz, 2.5 seconds ahead in the lead.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Kurz is, since he's arrived, he's a bit difficult to find what tier to fit him in, really, because, excuse me, hiccups again. Happens to me all the time when I talk. He's a bit of a difficult guy to kind of slot into a tier, because he's like really, really quick, but I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, Kurz, I think he does use assist, so maybe tier 2 SLR and 2S would be kind of where he should really be. Because he can set some pretty quick times. But Girl Up squeezed up onto the back of Owen. But Owen, does he have DRS? He does. Owen will have the DRS on Ace Boy. So not sure what's going to happen here. Here comes Girl Up. Squeezing up, squeezing up, squeezing up. Owen not deploying. Oh, it goes defensive. This is going to get a bit hurry. Oh, Owen's moving across on the brake. And so a little bit there. That got a little bit hurry.
Yeah, it was close to contact there, but both of them managed to keep it away from the walls, so that's a good driving.
Kimi. Girl is going for another go at him. Oh, a little bit of a wheel bang there. Sharon Roberts. Oh, it's getting real feisty here between these two. Owen late on the brakes, sending it out in the wrong. Oh, it bounced, took completely right off the track there. Did you see that? Off the curb, and picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, pick your spots, guys. Pick your spots.
Yeah, that was definitely a very unfortunate place to go off there for Owen. I think he was just a bit too eager to try and stay ahead of Gerla without realizing he could just stop behind and get that DRS we spoke about earlier. But this just puts him back into the clutches of Dominon. I believe Owen already has a few time penalties, so this is definitely not the ideal situation for him at the moment.
Yeah, especially on the hards too. I would have thought, because you're going to be taking the hards all the way, you're going to be slower initially. You'll want to keep those pens down to a minimum so that in the event of another safety car, you're laughing, as they say. But Dominon has squeezed up to the rear end of Owen. Of course, Owen is going to have the DRS on Gerla, but light's still flashing, so I don't think he's deploying. He is. What's that all about?
Just a little bit late on the DRS button, I think. But Dominon maybe trying to move around the outside here. No, he doesn't quite get alongside close enough to do anything into turn 2, and Owen stays ahead for now, but Dominon definitely showing his himself in his mirrors, and I think it's just a question of when rather than if he's going to make a move on Owen. And as I'm saying that, he's going around the outside, potentially in the chicane, a little bit in the grass. I think Owen gave him just enough space.
It looked like a little bit of a squeeze as we run towards the apex there. It's I do see guys do that a lot. Like they leave initial room, but the closer you get to the apex, they squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah, it's. I think that was a bit of a reminiscence of Charles against Lewis in Monza 2019. Yeah. But luckily, no one had any off tracks or anything, so they both survived this time around. But Dominon now has Danny behind him, and that could also be a threat coming into turn 1 around next lap.
And the penalties are flying in left, right, and centre here. Oh, and we got Alexander. See, look, Alexander's going to do it. He's going to pass Danny, is he? He's passed Danny before the DRS zone. Fatal flaw. Danny will now have the DRS, although will he have it off Dominon though? We'll see. Alexander might still have this, so he might be okay. Let's see. Does he have the DRS? He does. So Alexander got away with that one. Normally I would say don't pass a guy before you get to the DRS line. So, but here it comes Danny. Oh, he's going to lean on the brakes. Oh, he's going to leave a really acute angle for himself. Whew. These guys are really feisty. They're really going for it. What we've got here, Shaq in on... Oh, both of them running off track there against Sianta. Oh, and then he's going to lose to Kebab as well. Hopefully, Kebab, you don't have those assists back on, son. Keep them off, my man. Oh, and Kebab's really going for it. He's going for Santania as well. And there he goes. 2 moves in 2 corners. Well done, Kebab.
Great stuff from Kebab there. The cameras didn't really catch him because funny Codemasters camera angles, but he does get 2 moves, both Santia and Shakalaka, so Kebab looks like he's driving without assists on, but we never know really, but we can hope. We can only hope.
Well, he's allowed to, I suppose, for tier... what tier is this? Tier 3?
Yeah,
I suppose he's allowed, but generally, I think if people are going to drop them... it's best just to, once you drop it, keep it off because you'll actually start to find. Oh!
Danny's gone off. Danny's into the wall. He's broken his front wheel and he's out of the race. He's spun it on the exit of the Sky. That is a huge contender out of the race.
Surely another safety car. Surely.
Yeah, I'm not
still
seeing
nothing.
Anything.
I mean, it's.
not.
I mean, I thought that would have been a safety car. Let's see. I'm going to run on board with Feropsy. See if we can see where Danny's car is. I think it's tucked over to the left here. Is it? Well, I don't see it. It's vanished. So
it seems to be disconnected already. It was on the exit of the Sky. It wasn't the left side of the track, but it was still a broken car on the track. So yeah, I don't know why there was no safety car there, but hey, I've already mentioned Codemasters is not perfect in that sense. But anyways,
so P11 to P10, Santia. I can never get people's names right. Why can people just not have a normal name like Jim? Jim is a brilliant name. Jim, there you go, simple. Anyway, Santiana is all over the place trying to find a little gap here on Shaq. I don't think there's anybody else. This is pretty much the closest battle we're going to get. Oh, but Shaq runs well wide, just avoids it in the gravel. And Santia is going to get the DRS, and it's going to be a thank you very much. I'll take that P10, says Santiana. But Shaq doesn't have much battery. Damn it. So yeah, he's going to try and... Well, they're similar batteries, so we're going to see what happens here. You want to just go ahead and squeeze up as we're getting close to Parabolica here to get use of that DRS. I'm talking too much. I need to shut up.
And Nico Velman chat says Santia is a simple name. It's literally 6 letters, KW. So
who says that?
Nico.
Nico? Come at me, bro.
But anyways, as Nico's roasting Tipsy and chat, there's a huge fight up here for P4 with Owen, Dominon, and Alexander. As we almost saw Dominon get past Owen there, but Alexander P6, great result for him so far. He's been doing really well. I think this is going to be his best finishing position if he manages to get it done. And down the inside goes Dominon on Owen, and Owen defends a little bit of the tap there, and I think Owen has to concede now, but Alexander just still wants a piece of this cake, and Dominon around the outside makes the move. Actually, he doesn't. Owen up the inside of Lesma 2. And out wide goes Dominon, and Alexander's going to say thank you very much. And he takes a position now, so Dominon loses to Alexander. Then Alexander, wait, he might get 2 positions here. Oh no! Massive tap, massive crash, and that is Owen into the wall. And
oh man, might be a safety car for that one as well. Who knows? I don't want to call it too soon. I'll let the FIA, but on my screen it looked like there was a double move.
There might have been
because Alexander kind of went to the left and it was blocked and it went to the right the last minute and ended up catching him. So we'll see.
And no safety car for that one, but that was definitely I managed to switch onto Owen as he was spinning, so that looked very dramatic from my screen. But anyway, Snelle Henke on Dominon here might be able to make a move up to P5 down the inside. Dominon tries to stick around and I think Snelle Henke gets the move done, and Dominon has to concede the position and slot back into P6.
Do you know what, Kimi? The guys here, they like the feel of rubber. They like feeling the other man's rubber. Because they're getting really touchy-feely. Do you not notice this? They just have to touch each other's rubber.
I do see what you mean here. There is a bit of a rubber touching going on.
Yes.
I think they really like each other or something like that. They just want to show each other a bit of appreciation in that sense.
It's like, hey man, that's a nice bit of rubber you got hanging off you there.
That medium tire is very soft.
RG Bargy is another way of putting it over here from in Ireland. A bit of RG Bargy is what they say. Chief will know that. He'll appreciate that comment. RG Bargy.
He will. And Chief down in the 15th place. I think he'll appreciate anything at the moment. But we know he's a great finisher when it comes to the end of the race, and he usually gets people on points. So we'll have to see. Still 7 laps to go, so anything can happen.
And what have we got here? Santia, yes. Santia, there we go. See, whenever I see his name, I think of Carlos Santana, that fantastic guitarist. Well, I don't know why I was going to comment on him now. I've lost my train of thought. It's not easy getting old. It really isn't. And sorry, I've gone past the getting part. I am old.
Yeah.
You are getting old. I've already got there.
Yeah, that's true. You are turning into a bit of a boomer in the internet age, as it turns out. Still young in the real world, but hey.
Do you know Toto in 2S? I'm old enough to be his dad. Can you believe that?
I'm sure there's a few. I think there's a few young ones here. Like there's definitely, I know, but a few 12-year-olds up to, and also a few 15 and stuff like that. So
there are also some mid-20-year-olds who come across as being 12-year-olds.
Oh yes, but we don't mention Milos. He's
well, okay. Milos, yes. What age are you, Kimi?
I am in the 20s. So
in the 20s. Oh, listen to you being all defensive. 20 what? Come on, man.
20, straight up 20.
Oh, he's 20. Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
I remember when I was 20.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ages. It's like you're not 21, so you're not really a full-on adult. But anyways,
Santiago's off, by the way. Whilst I'm talking rubbish, he tried to go up the outside of Peanuts at that funky chicane, whatever you call it, and lost out.
Yeah, so Santia not playing the long game as we've mentioned earlier.
No, quite a lot of these guys aren't playing the long game.
It's just they see a move and they go for it, which is not always the right choice, but yes.
See, Chief being a wise man, he is a member of the 12-inch club, okay? He knows how to play it long. I really need to stop these double entendres. Or sorry, these innuendos, or whatever the word is.
It's just, I think it means the same thing at the end of the day, but I'm sure
do you know what, Keenan? I think that since I've joined this com booth with you, that the level or the quality has massively dropped. I think you're doing a better job on your own.
Potentially, I don't know. I'm quite enjoying having someone next to me. It makes my life quite a lot easier. So that's also I think the chat's loving what you all the crap you're coming up with at the moment.
Oh,
so,
sorry. I haven't seen the chat. Forgive me, guys, ladies. But yes, back. I'll try to get this back on track. So Boy, in his lovely alpha, is in DRS of Gurla. But will he get a move done on Gurla? I don't know. Oh, he's got a lot of battery. Oh, he's really squeezing out the juice here.
He's been saving quite a lot of it, and he's going to squeeze out his juice to potentially touch rubbers with Gurla, but he's not close enough to do it yet, and he has to back out just for now. He's going to have to get some more juice, lube it up a little bit, and prepare for maximum attack into the next DRS zone.
He's going to need to work on his thrusting action here to get this because see these hards he's got on, this rubber he's got to hold his juice back, and it's not going to let it out.
Yeah, these hards won't last for long. It's quite a quick process, and I believe the mediums are the better option at the moment. They do seem to be more of a faster choice and preferred by many of the drivers, but you can still go for a classic hard-on and potentially finish the race in a good position here, as Boy is showing.
Did you just say a classic hard-on? I'm pretty sure that's what you just said. Here's me trying to be professional, and you're just bringing filth to the comm booth.
Potentially.
Boy is still squeezing up onto the back of Gurla's rear end. And also squeezing up on the back of the rear end, ready to release their juice here, is Dominon on Snelle. So first up, let's run on board with Ace if you can, Kimi.
Yep.
Because he's still got plenty of battery. He's conserving his battery pretty well, I have to say. But Gurla is no fool. He knows how to play this long game as well. So Gurla will be doing a good job here. Doing the best he can, of course, with Ace Boy with the DRS zone behind him. But how's Dominon getting on with Snelle? Again, not able to squeeze up, but Dominon has got no battery left. And Snelle doesn't have much either. Alexander's doing Ace Boy is doing a fantastic. Kitty, what's fantastic in French? Fantastique! Yes, fantastic. How can I say fantastic job, Kitty? Come on, quick. There we go. Yes, I know she's working. My wife works from home. Okay. Ace Boy is doing a fantastic travail fantastique. Yes, thank you. Of conserving this battery. Oh, we're gonna hit Julius. Oh, Julius, P16 is off track. Is there a safety car? No, there's not. I need to stop talking and let the professional talk. Go ahead, Kimi.
I'm honestly a little bit of a loss for words now. You sort of all of a sudden brought French into this mix, and even I was trying to think of the words. But anyways, I think Ace Boy here, keeping his juices, preserving them, playing the long game. Dominon, on the other hand, is just releasing all his juices prematurely, and he's not able to really make anything happen here. I think Sander Henk is going to be a bit disappointed at the end of the race that he's not be able to battle properly. But anyways, Ace Boy down into turn 1 might potentially have something here as he closes up to Gerla's rubber very quickly, gets past him with the DRS, and that is probably the move done into turn 1, and Gerla just has to let him go.
It's most certainly the move done, but look, think of it. It's every cloud, okay, guys, every cloud has a silver lining. There is a silver lining for Gerla because he gets to look at the rear end of Ace Boy. What a wonderful rear end that is. I hope he is over 18. Otherwise, that's going to sound really uncomfortable if he's not. Yeah, anyway, well, moving swiftly on, Chief, P14, is squeezing up onto the gearbox here of Schofield in P13, and he's going to have the DRS. He's got about, 25% battery? Let's see how this goes. Chief on 1 lap fresher softs. If I was Chief, I wouldn't deploy. He is deploying. He deployed a little bit. That's fair enough. I wouldn't deploy. Use the DRS. Oh, Chief Popper send! What was that? What was that, Chief? What?
I think Tipsy's broken, guys. But anyways, Chief with a massive send, trying to go around the outside of Schofield, doesn't make it work. And he has to slot back to P14. Chief, I'm sorry, but I think he lost his edge a little bit. The old age not helping him in this situation. But yeah, that was definitely a very daring move, and Tipsy has broken. So hopefully Kitson is able to smack him back into reality at the moment. But
I mean, what?
Owen says whatever Tipsy is smoking, he needs some. And yeah, I can only agree with that.
Well, let me point out, Mr. Owen. Oh, my greedy host!
No!
But hold on, it might switch to someone who's the host. It might switch to Chief. Chief got a reasonably stable connection, so it might be okay. So don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, guys.
I've lost connection as well.
Oh, Kimi's lost. It's okay. If we're still streaming, are we still streaming?
We're still streaming. Yeah, we're going.
Okay, so people can't see then? No.
No, I am looking at an
All right, so let me see. So Chief is driving his car. He's in 8th gear, coming down the first corner. He applies the brakes and drops her down into 2nd gear. Little stab in the first, look at that, and then back up to 2nd, then up to 3rd. He is depressing the accelerator, and he's doing his best to squeeze up onto the back of Schofield. This is the closest battle on track. Actually, no, it's not. Forgive me, because it's Dominon. Dominon is. We've got lost Schofield as well. Is everyone leaving? What's everyone leaving for? It's still running. Dominon is squeezing up onto the back of Snelly. We've got a yellow in sector 2. Hopefully people are following. Just pretend it's the radio, guys. And so Dominon is now within 0.3 of a second behind Snelly. Battery deployed, but he's no battery left. 0%. And he's got the DRS closing up slowly on the back of Snelly. Getting the move done. He's done just coming around turn 1 and 2. Oh, Snelly runs a little bit wide, and here we go. Dominon has only got about 10% battery to try and get it past Snelly. Snelly somehow manages to hold on to that, and Dominon is just out of battery. Oh, a little bit of weaving here going on. Oh, forgive me. But yes, all this action on the rear end action up behind Snelly is really throwing him off. It's really making him uncomfortable here because he's getting thrown off his line here by Dominon. What Dominon needs to do, right? Dominon, if you're listening, my guy, right? You've got very little battery, but you've got DRS zone. Don't deploy your battery. And he's deploying his battery. Don't deploy your battery. Save it for the main straight. See, look, he's used his battery, and now he can't do anything with it. And then he's not going to have enough battery when it comes to the main straight. Meanwhile, Snelly has got roughly something similar. We've lost Flesh River now. Flesh River is gone. He's DNF'd. The race is still going, guys. Do not leave. Stick with us. Is it still a black screen, Kimi? I think it is.
Yes, my game crashed, so I'm currently on Paint writing messages for the stream.
Okay. Are you coming back in?
Well, if I can get an invite, that'd be great.
You can just join on someone. Oh, wait, servers. Hang on a minute. The race is over. What am I talking about? The race is over. Kurs wins the race. P1. P2 is Ace Boy. I'll call it down in case we lose it. Kurs P1. Ace Boy P2. Alexander in P3, Gerla gets a wonderful P4, Snellhenke a P5, Dominon P6, Kebab does a fantastic job of getting P7, Peanuts on those hards gets himself a P8, Tiled gets himself a P9, Shaka P10, Chief just about to cross the line, no penalties, gets himself exactly that, P11. We're just waiting on Fropsy. Fropsy crossing the line. He does have penalties, and the guy behind him would be Santia. So Fropsy finishes P. That's it. Oh, hang on, it's dropped out on me. So yeah, Fropsy P12. Just need to see what the rest of the guys are, and we will get the rest of the grid. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Apparently, it says the driver of the day is excuse me, is Dominon. So yes, there is the celebratory actions of Kurz. Let me see. So where did I get to? P11. Yeah, P11 Chief. P12 Fropsy. P13 Santia. Oh, I get hiccups. P14 Schofield. P15 Flesh. P16 Julius. 17 is Luca Boy. 18 is Owen. 19 is Danny. And rounding up the rear of the pack is Tibor in P20. And they are three DNFs. There you go.
Yeah, so I've been on Paint currently, just trying to visualize what's been going on through messages. Just quickly gonna finish off this beautiful artwork.
Well, yes. So what was it Owen was saying about whatever I want? So anybody is watching or listening and thinking that guy's on some major crap. No. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. Yes, so I just, do you want to hear something, Boomer? I'm high on life.
There you go.
I'm just happy. I don't have an awful lot in my life, don't have much money, but I've got Kitty and a dog. That's all I need. I've got my health, and your health is your wealth. That's all you need. Kitty, I hope you didn't hear that. No, I hope no one heard that. Did you hear that, Kimmy? Because Kitty just swore in the background. She's working behind me. See?
I did hear something in the background. I don't know if I didn't hear exactly what she said, but
that's okay.
I heard some sort of noise.
You heard an expletive of some description.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the Paint Grand Prix of Monza. It was very exciting at the end, but sadly I got disconnected from the race. I blame Codemasters for that. That was a very bizarre issue, but the stream is running. And we're in Paint, so I'm actually going to go to the interview desk now.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, can you remember who finished when? Because...
yeah, so Kurz P1, and that's about it. Girl at P4, who was Alexander P2, I think. Who was P3?
Well, then Aceboy must have been P2.
Was it Aceboy P2, Alexander P3? That's what it was.
So Alexander actually gets a podium. So that's the first podium Alexander has managed to get here in TSRL. So that's great stuff from him. And Gerla just misses out with that penalty at the end. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, Kurz wins the race.
So here's one, Kimi. Anybody that is listening, who would be interested or brave enough for an interview?
Well,
bring it.
I see Kurz, Aceboy, and Owen in chat, so let's drag Kurz in.
Monsieur Antoine Olive confirms that it was Kurz P1, Aceboy P2, Alexander P3, and Gerla P4. Yeah. Thank you. Merci beaucoup, Antoine.
Yeah, speak of the devil. Kurz is here. Congratulations on your first win.
Thank you. Finally.
How does it feel?
Kind of wish there was a bit more of a fight for the win, but a win is a win, so I'm happy. It shows putting in practice really helps.
Yeah, it really does. And yeah, I think today you went with the right strategy with the soft tires. A little bit lucky on the safety car, but you managed to make everything work in your favor. You got, I think, P1 by like lap 5 or something, and then you were off in the distance already, and then safety car, you extended a lap longer, got on the mediums, and there you go, just your race to win, and you managed to take it home in the end.
Yeah, I got Aceboy before DRS. I think it was lap 2.
Yeah,
I got him. Yeah, and then I was just kind of on my own for the rest of the race. Besides safety car, that safety car was actually quite confusing. It was like literally, as we got to the corner, it said safety car in this lap. Then I noticed Julius and Aceboy nearly hit the back of me, so I had to quickly swerve out of the way.
Yeah.
And then I got like a instant 1 second gap on the exit.
Yeah, it was definitely a very bizarre restart because it was very late announcement. So I think you managed that perfectly and just gapped yourself instantly and then let the carnage happen behind you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, your first win here in 2SRL, you must be very proud of that.
Yeah. Second black race winner.
Well, there you go. It's great stuff from you here. And so we have next week. We have what's the race? Is it
Singapore.
Singapore? Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm quick in Singapore. So.
Do you reckon you would get a back-to-back victory?
Depends if Blinder's here or not, or if Dominon's starting at the front. Then.
Yeah.
If not, then I don't know. You never know what happens with Owen and Ace Boy.
Yeah, it seems like their dominance is sort of falling off a little bit. It seems to be struggling, kind of. And I say this second half of the season, you've definitely shown a lot more pace and potential. So yeah, hopefully you can keep that momentum going into the next few races.
Yeah, I really hope it stays that way. Just put more practice in every week. Just like do 3 or 4 practice races, a few time trial, and I'll feel prepared. And I've noticed it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining. Congratulations again on that P1. And
thank you.
Yeah, hopefully to see you here again next week in Singapore.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, so let's bring in Ace Boy and Owen. We usually bring them in as a combo. So, bonjour Ace Boy, ça va bien?
Why are you talking French, man?
Okay.
It's supposed to be Italiano.
Here we go. So this is what Antoine has been hoping. Antoine, he's been what's it called? Cheering you on the whole race just because.
I'm not going to talk French if it's an Italian race.
But you're speaking English in an Italian accent, Ace Boy.
Exactly, because I cannot talk the Italiano.
Hey.
My name is not Ace Boy, it's Antonio Mordacci.
But I cannot speak English, but I try anyway.
Ah, but you try very well, man.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Mamma mia.
How are you doing, Kimmy? You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
I told you I was going to talk in an accent, man, with my alternate character, Antonio Mordacci.
I tell you, Ace Boy is my kind of a guy.
I go from the P1 to the P2 because of a strategy I didn't like.
It was a fantastic performance, Ace Boy. I have to say I was very impressed.
Jesus Christ.
You can continue,
yes,
go
the
on.
Italiano. I like the pizza. Look, that's Antonio Mordacci on the screen right there. I make the best pizza and pizza in the whole wide world.
C'était un super performance, monsieur.
Ah, oui, si, merci beaucoup. Wait, I'm talking French right now.
De rien.
Ah, my God, mutatay.
Owen?
So,
Oh my god, no.
So Owen's English. All right, mate, how's it going? How was that race for you, bruv?
Buv.
Man, Driller out here getting bare clapped in the rear end, yo.
Yes.
I just realized that we are actually streaming here, so sorry. Forgive me. Sorry, Jim. Sorry, everybody. Go ahead, Kimi. Bring the professionalism back here, Aston.
Alright, so Ace Boy, P2, after starting pole position, you said already that the pit stop strategy didn't work out for you with the safety car, but you managed to get it home in P2 in the end, so congratulations on that. Owen, we saw you had a bit of an incident with Alexander there. Can you talk us through that?
Well, obviously just close racing between me and Dominic. We had some good fun. And then obviously Dominic had to back out at the end of whatever turn that's called, and Alexander got through past him. And then on the DRS straight, I'm hugging the left-hand side, so I have the inside for the next turn. And Alexander just drives into the back of my car. I lose my car and dead. So in 2 seasons of league racing, that's my first ever DNF because people just drive into the back of people.
Yeah, it was definitely very unfortunate there. But did you retire because of damage, or did you just at that moment just have it enough and like race was over? You might as well.
I had a 5-second time penalty for collision with Dominon into the pits, which they were just going slow into the pits, so I tried to get past, and fair enough. and it was just 8 seconds worth of penalties. I had a bit of a gap where I would have got a few points, but after just being murdered, there's no point. I can do anything. I can get anything out of it. So just pause retired.
Yeah. Well, that's very unfortunate ending to your nearly 2 seasons long streak of finishing every single race. So it was definitely a big screaming moment for me and Tipsy when we saw you spinning around. So very unfortunate to see an Ace Boy as well. P2, I guess you're happy enough with that since you came in here speaking Italian.
Yes. Yeah. Not really happy.
The original strategy.
I'm not really happy, but yeah.
Are you sleepy?
Or am I what?
Sleepy?
No.
What about dopey?
No.
Okay, I don't know any more of the rest of the I don't know any more of the dwarfs. So, grumpy, yeah.
I had to show my inner Italian.
Jesus, man.
Well, we've all seen it now.
I think Ace Boy would have won if we started on softs instead of medium.
Yeah,
We played rock, paper, scissors for 30 seconds trying to figure out what strategy to go on. We were meant to go on different ones, but we both ended up on the same one. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
unfortunate. I was thinking in my head before the race, or actually during qualifying, do I go on the mediums or the softs? I kind of was really afraid of getting that safety car if I was going to go on mediums. I was hoping that safety car would fall around like lap 15 maybe. That would have been beneficial, but yeah, it ended up being sooner and beneficial for the soft runners. So very unfortunate.
Oh, they didn't get my spin on the stream. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess congratulations on the podium and unlucky Owen.
This has been the best interview in my
I was
life.
also kind of hoping.
I'm at a loss for words.
I've never been so happy after a retirement.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Curse would get a penalty. I was just begging those last few laps that he would get a penalty, because I didn't have one warning, I believe. So yeah, I really hoped he got a penalty, but it wasn't meant to be at the end.
Sadly not.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, you win some, you lose some. On to the next one in Singapore.
Exactly.
Is that a good track for you two?
Singapore?
Personally, I love Singapore. It's one of my best tracks. As long as I don't spin because I suck at using OTC and I don't get rear-ended, I should be alright. I reckon the run for the championship will be revived in Singapore.
Did you hear that, Kimmy? A little bit of shots fired there from Owen. Did you hear that? Pew, pew, pew.
I did.
Well,
What is Tipsy on about?
Nothing, dude. Nothing.
I think Tipsy's on. I have no. I can't even. I have no idea.
Tipsy is tipsy.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Anyways,
I quite like Singapore, but it's not a track for Pad, I believe.
No.
So Owen better show his best there, or Ferrari are gonna have some talks.
So
Please don't beat me again.
No pressure, Owen. But yeah, thank you for joining us for the interviews. Again, not the greatest results for you, Owen. Very unlucky, and Ace Boy, you got a podium, but you won a P1. So yeah. Hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you, bye. Yes.
Can we bring Chief in?
Yeah, let's bring Chief in.
I want to ask him about that move.
All right, let's bring him in.
Chief.
Oh dear. Hello.
So, Chief, I asked for Kimi to bring you in because I want to ask you about that move you tried to do on Schofield to turn 1.
Yeah.
That was an absolute beep disaster.
Yeah.
I was like, Chief!
I don't know if you saw the rest of my wrist, but it was pretty much a disaster as well. So it was like, I was just keeping with the theme of disaster.
Because I commented after, was it during the safety car or what? All the guys were pitting for fresh mediums and fresh hards. And then there's our chief man himself for the back there with 11 lap on mediums. I was like, why? Why did you not pit?
Well, I actually did pit, Bob, and I got a speeding penalty. So I thought I'll pit again and get rid of the speeding penalty. But the problem was, I had I was going to go for a medium soft strategy. So that safety car that came out lap 9, I think it was like the worst timing for the mediums, but the perfect timing for the softs. So I kind of made a decision where I'm going to pit. I'm going to put on hards. So I got the speeding penalty, and I thought I'll just pit again and get rid of the speeding penalty. Because you know what Monza's like, if it's a safety car late and you have no penalties, you're pretty sweet. So I kind of figured that, but then as I'm pitting, it was like safety car in this lap, and I'm like, what? It's only been out like 2 laps, I think. So I was like, okay, or try and catch safety car. That wasn't happening. I was like half a lap behind everybody, like about 30, 40 seconds behind everybody. So at that point it was just practice laps, really, So and then that overtake attempt, that was just rookie stuff. You've got the DRS, ERS, and slipstream, and you're not accounting for all that overspeed. So I didn't brake a bit earlier, like I should have done.
Didn't compensate for, as you say, that extra overspeed, and then just that one movement went from you having the lovely DRS slipstream to being outside like 1.5 seconds off him. But yeah, that thing you mentioned about the safety car, I kind of expressed surprise to myself on stream, like the safety car's in already, because there was quite a lot of guys hadn't even caught up. Did you say it normally stays out about 3 laps at least?
At least, yeah. And it usually waits till people catch up. But like I was in VC with a bunch of guys, and they're like, "Hey, I've already just pitted, and it sends safety car in," and I was like, "Yep, I'm the same." And at that point, I just was praying for another safety car because it would have been perfect. I could have went on softs back in the race, but it wasn't to be today. I got P11, just missed out on P10 there. But
see, that's how you know it wasn't. That's how you know you were off pace today, Chief. That you actually got P11.
Actually, I had fast slap at one point there, so it was kind of like, hey, there's something I can take away from this.
There you go.
But you can't, because surely the fastest lap only accounts if you finish in the top 10. Is that all right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't end with the fastest lap, but I mean, just the fact that I had it for like 10 seconds, it means a lot to me. It's all I'm holding on to, Bob. Don't take it away from me!
So what you're basically saying to me, Chief, is that you actually finished that race with nothing.
Let's just say I finished the race. Okay, let's just leave it there. There was people who didn't finish the race. I finished above them. So
I think it's fair to say, Chief, that you can say at least you took part.
Yeah. That's a bit of a pity move, but no, I mean, really, this is a practice race for the big one tomorrow in Tier 4.
Excuse me. The big one is on Friday, Chief. What are you on about?
The Nana, yeah. Well, that's the big one, but I'm talking about the big one.
Are we talking about Jensen's big one? Wait, I might not say that. Sorry. Yeah, I was able to have fun and get carried away, but the Chiefs are here now. You see, so have to behave.
Yeah, serious mood, man.
When 2 boomers collide, that's all I'm thinking about now.
Chief, do you know what age Kimi is?
He sounds about, let's say, 21.
Oh, damn. So close. Okay. That was close.
He almost got
You're 20. He's 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Two of the things that we've done in our lifetime. We're old enough to be his dad. In fact, I'm old enough to be his dad, and you're old enough to be his granddad.
I'm old enough to be his brother and young enough to be his brother as well.
Who?
Kimmy? Anyone really? It works for anyone.
You have a point. You can always be a brother. It doesn't matter what your age.
Well, that's true. That's true. So I think we've exhausted as we can talking to Chief, because I don't have anything else I want to talk to him about.
You have to ask an obligatory question at the end of an interview. The track that comes next, are you looking forward to that one?
Okay, right. So Chief, are you looking forward to Singapore next, Kimi?
No, bye.
There you go. So that concludes the interview with the Ocean Chief there.
I'm very much looking forward to the next track, even though I won't be racing it, but still, I love Singapore.
Yeah, it's a great track, to be honest. I'm debating whether I should drag Danny, and he's complained before that I haven't dragged him in.
Hey, drag him in.
Let's get him in, Danny.
Drag him in, and while you're dragging him in, I'll say, did you know that Singapore is so built up that they build their gardens on their roofs?
No, I didn't, but now I do. That's quite
There you
interesting.
go.
Fact of the day.
Here you go, Danny.
I
He's
can
here.
give you loads of facts of the day, Danny. I give you loads of facts. I can give you another fact of the day. Danny didn't finish Monza.
Oof.
Way.
I'll give you another fact. I was rooting for Danny.
Aw.
He was actually. He was quite
If I'd have
disappointed.
finished the race,
What happened, man?
yeah, I think it's just Codemasters. It's like you hit the wall, and the wall, you make your car slides along it, and then you go to rejoin, and the tire's like, you're not going to rejoin, you're just going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
It was on the exit of a sky. What caused you to hit the wall in the first place then?
The grass, I think I went too wide and hit either the gravel or the grass. I can't remember if it's I think it's gravel. And the rear end was like, no, you're just gone. The rear end was it was like kind of loose, even though it was on hards and they were quite cold. Hard to get up to temperature, and then hard to try and keep ahead of medium runners. But yeah, if the safety car didn't happen at the start, I would have had a decent enough race, so that would have happened.
How did you find the overall racing today, Dan? Because I jumped on pretty much at the start of the race, and to watch it. And excuse me, I was having a bit of fun with it on chat or on Discord, or sorry, I can't speak. Commentating, voice, talking, whatever. I was having a bit of crack with it. But about people, touching rubber. But no, seriously, it did seem that there was a lot of guys making a lot of unnecessary contact, and I haven't asked anyone yet, so I'll ask yourself, how did you find the racing? Did you find it was getting a little bit argy-bargy at times with guys?
It's kind of something you would expect from Monza. It even happens in qualifying sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a few certain people that were kind of having fights and touching in unnecessary ways. Won't mention names because I think some of them know who they are.
Mm-hmm. They know who they are, Dan. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it was. I'd say other than that, it was decent racing. Some fast people. Then there's backmarkers that just sit there on the race. It's like, we're just gonna let you drive through you.
Express yourself, Dan. Come on, you're sitting with me.
You can have DRS.
Yes.
But that's all you have. You can drive through them, let you have DRS. That's about it. That's the only use of backmarkers in this game. Because if you're trying to fight someone that's in front of you, it's handy enough to have a backmarker in between that you can get the DRS.
Yes, I agree.
I don't even actually know if Slipstream happens with a ghosted car.
That's actually a good question. I have no idea I myself. But like you said, they are quite handy having them there, for you can use that DRS to defend. But yeah, I had fun with it, but I did see a lot of guys on a straight road, and they were bashing the crap out of each other's tires. And it's like, the guys have got the whole track, but they just want to use that bit that you're on. And it's like, Anyway, Kimi, anything you want to ask Dan?
No, I think you pretty much got everything I wanted to ask to him. So yeah. No. Where there is the obligatory. Oh yes, of course.
The obligatory question the chief avoided. Danny, how are you feeling about Singapore?
Well, I might do a chief on this. I don't know yet.
Well, how do you generally feel about Singapore?
Singapore last year was just, I can't even remember where I finished. 8th, 9th. It's one of these tracks that I don't like because you make one mistake, you're in the wall. It's like that for Baku. It's like that for, we didn't race in Vietnam, but even if we were racing in Vietnam, it's like that for Vietnam. It's going to be like that for Jeddah. It's not in this game, but I'll mention it anyway. But yeah, Singapore is just, it's a nice track. It's colourful under the lights, and that's about it.
I love Singapore, right? I love those real twisty technical tracks. It's just something I really enjoy. Again, I'm like a broken record. Anyone who's heard me before, they'll hear me say this. One of the reasons why I love tracks like Monaco, like Baku, like Singapore. I'm sure there are others. I can't think of them. That one mistake will result in like carnage. That your car is done. There's no big massive runoff areas. You often hear Martin Brundle said as well on the real Formula 1 tracks about there's none of these big massive runoff areas like France. It's like a wall or gravel. That's it. And so that's what I love about them so much. But I know, like you said, a lot of guys hate that. And so for Singapore, I think, again, to go back on what I said earlier, is another one of those tracks, keep those penalties to a minimum, because there probably will be a safety car and it'll definitely come into play later on the race.
I'd say there'd be like every single safety car spot that's actually in for a 50% race will be used up.
Yeah.
There'd be too many crashes to actually have safety cars.
Possibly. We might not even get a car finishing after, the way things get on today. But anyway, Kimi, over to you.
Yeah.
Kimi. I think Kimi was falling asleep there. Kimi, you're not listening to us. We're having a deep, heartfelt discussion.
Yeah, about safety cars and barriers, and I was paying attention. Yeah.
I bet you, Kimi, you're one of those guys when you're at school, you sit at the back, don't you? You're one of those. You're one of those kids. Kids, you're 20. You were one of those kids, weren't you? You sit at the back pretending you're listening.
I do that.
Danny's admitting to it. See, I did it too.
Why do the extra? Am I right?
Well,
sit there and stare at the wall. Count how many bricks are in the wall. I do that a lot.
Yes.
I haven't done that extreme, but yes, I was sort of one of those kids. But anyways,
I have exhausted my questions.
We've gone a bit off topic.
Yeah. I'm just okay. This I think this is probably one of the better streams that has happened in recent times here onto EGO.
I don't think Danny. I don't think Kimi's going to want to do this with me again, because I completely threw him. He was like a well-oiled machine on stream in qualifying until I joined, and then he just completely crumbled.
I guess. Yeah. All right.
See,
cool.
See, you can't even speak.
No, just speech.
Est-ce que tu veux parler français avec moi, Kimi?
Je peux parler français avec toi, comme tu veux.
I see, you can speak that, no problem.
That was broken as hell, but yeah.
Well, I didn't know any different. Neither did anybody else.
If Anton's still in chat, he's going to be correcting both of us at the moment. But anyways, French.
I think we need to end this.
Yeah, I think we do as well. Anyways, Danny, thank you for joining us in the interview booth, and unlucky today in the race. Hopefully, it's going to go better in Singapore, and hope to see a good result next week.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And that rounds it up for.
No, it doesn't, Kimi.
Oh.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? I have to ask you questions.
It doesn't.
Yes. Are you in a hurry anywhere?
Nah, it's okay.
There you go. You see, neither am I. I've got all that. How did you find the race?
It was pretty good. I think there was a lot of overtakes, a lot of action. There wasn't really any moments where we sort of had to find filler content apart from the safety car, really. So it was an overall pretty good race. Some aggressive driving from a few drivers, but it was good entertainment.
See, that's something I've never looked at as filler content. I just talk. Can we start? I think you're probably starting to realize why Timo and Terror always bring me in last.
Potentially, maybe. I mean,
but I'm still amazed that we've still got 7 people watching. I mean, I wouldn't listen to me. I mean, so respect to yous.
I mean, there's a reason people were. Oh, there's 8 people now, but there's a reason that people were cheering when you joined the commentary booth. So I assume they enjoy listening to you, even though it's a lot of
rubbish.
Rubbish, yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. But it's rubbish that's entertaining.
Yes, I'm flattered. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's not awe-inspiring. What would be the word? It flabbergasts me that people would want to listen to my absolute crap. But Kitty's been listening to my absolute rubbish for the past. How long is it now, Kitty? 13 years. Yes.
Yeah.
So notice she didn't reply because she knows how to take me. She just ignores me.
She has a filter on. Just to ignore all the rubbish that comes out of your mouth.
Yes.
I guess it comes with experience.
I think so. The only thing is that streaming for a long time is quite difficult for me because being Irish, I have a strong tendency to say bad words. So that's why I have to kind of pause. Anytime you see me hear me pause is whenever I'm trying to not say.
Yeah, or you can maybe have like a beep button ready or something on your.
Or maybe I can just
with a soundboard.
say like putain.
Oh yes, the YouTube algorithm will not pick that one up.
Is this a family friendly stream? Absolutely, putain. Anyway, right, that's enough. I've had enough talking. I'm going to get a cup of tea.
That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, and I think then we can conclude the Tier 3 Monster stream. I think it's one to watch back. Very good race, very entertaining comms, and yeah, hope to see you guys next week in Singapore. Thank you very much for joining.
Bye.